This is Wycombe Sound. You are listening to New Music Monday. I am Bex, and I am joined now by possibly the cutest human being on the planet. It's Nonô. How are you? Thank you so much for joining me. Did I get the pronunciation right?
That was great, Bex. Thank you so much. I'm great. How are you?
Oh, I'm so good. Best to be talking to you. I'm so excited to chat to you today. Have you been up to
Yes.
much? Much planned for the weekend?
This weekend, I think I'm gonna chill. So it's my birthday on the 18th of October, so
Oh my
next
gosh.
week. And I'm gonna have, I think my sister's got a couple of plans, like surprise plans, and I'm gonna see like my uncle and my family. So I'm just gonna maybe have it chilled, maybe not. I don't know. It's all
The calm
surprises.
before the storm. You're
The
going to chill
calm,
out and then go wild next week. Is that right?
absolutely raving.
Okay, so for some of our listeners who maybe haven't discovered you yet, if they haven't, I don't know where they've been because you've been taking the UK by storm, but just maybe give yourself a little introduction. Tell us a little bit about yourself, what you've been up to.
So, what's up, everyone? My name is Nonô. I am from Brazil, actually, but I live in London. I've been living in London for a while now, and I just started dropping music for a long time. And then, like in 2020, I got more into the dance world. So, I collaborated with Majestic and I supported Example on tour. And then we also released a track together this year. And now I have my own single out, which is called Love Stick.
And it's amazing, but we will get onto that later.
We'll get onto that later.
Firstly, moving from, how old were you when you moved from Brazil to the UK?
I was 18.
18. Did you come on your own?
Yeah, I mean, my uncle lived here.
Oh, okay.
But like the rest of my family was still back in Brazil, and I don't know, it's just like a big move, isn't it?
That must have been quite daunting. Did you find it, was there anything that was like scary when you first came here?
It was so scary. I think the people were very scary, you know?
Oh no, I'm so sorry on behalf of the UK.
I think it was just like, first of all, the weather. I don't think mentally I was ever prepared for that. I think I was just like oblivious to the fact that I had never been to Europe, or like the max cold that I've gotten was like at Disney. And that's not really cold, you know? So I came here and it was January and I regretted instantly. It was like, this is not so cold. I could feel it in my bones, and it doesn't feel like it's a natural thing to feel. But I think that was the biggest difference for me, was like the cold, and then obviously like a different language and adapting to the culture. That's very much a shock. But yeah.
Well, let me tell you, I have lived here my whole life and I'm still not mentally prepared for the cold. I hate it. And it's got so, like today, looking out the window, it's so grey and just dreary. It's not for me. I like the colour. Maybe we should
Exactly.
switch. You're in the UK now. I might jet off to Brazil. I might go and live with your family.
Yeah.
So you mentioned a second ago, example, you went on tour. You really
Yeah.
have been blowing up this year. You've been doing some
Thank
amazing
you.
things. What would you say is your highlight of 2022 so far?
Oh God, there's been so many.
I bet.
I really loved the tour. It was the first time that I went on tour, and I think like especially the past few years, we've been stuck inside and writing music in like studios. You know, I've been writing in studios for a couple of years now, and I have been doing shows. But then because of lockdown and because of like Zoom sessions and everything, you got used to writing songs and not really living it. So when I went on tour, I was like, wow, this is the main reason why we make music, is to connect with people that want to dance and want to have a good time, where they are going for a moment that they can relate in a lyric. And it's just, it reminds me why I was doing it. And it's just like I was 13 days on the road with a bunch of guys that I had never met in my life, and they just were the sweetest people ever. And they were, every day I would watch Example on stage, and as well, like I would do my show and then I would go and see him and like the other guys. And it's just like a lesson, you know, and then you're just saying, wow, this is what I'm supposed to be doing. So I think that was one of the biggest highlights. But also getting signed to a label as an artist.
Yeah. Oh, well, I'm so happy for you. The tour must have been so cool. Were you on a tour bus?
Oh yeah.
You lived on
Yeah.
the tour bus.
I lived on a tour bus.
I
I
don't
thought it
know.
was gonna be so bad. It's so much fun.
I was going to say, I don't know what it's like, but I always imagine it would be the most fun in the world. Did you have the best time?
It was so much fun. It is just like because you've seen those documentaries of like the artists, and they're like, the touring life and the tour bus and blah blah blah. Bro, it was so much fun because we were like, we do the shows and then we like get back on the bus at midnight, and then we'd just be like driving to the next city, and we'd just be up until 4 a.m. just writing songs together, just like freestyling and talking about life and talking about how everything goes, and then you're on to the next day. You wake up, start sound checking, get ready for stage, and then you do it all again. I mean, it was just like 2 weeks, but it was just like, yeah, I just loved it.
Do you think you would ever get bored if you went on tour for like 6 months? Do you think there would be a point where you're like, hang on a sec, I need to stop?
Actually, maybe. Yeah, that's right. That's right.
2 weeks is fun. Maybe 2 months, not so fun.
Yeah, fair enough, actually. Yeah. I'll let the big artists slide when they're complaining about
it. Will be you one day. You're going to be that big artist.
Bex is going to be like, I cannot handle it.
I'll remind you of that moment. If I see you complaining, I'll say, hang on.
You wanted that?
So, one of my favourite times of year is around the corner, close to your birthday, Halloween. Are you a fan of Halloween?
I am, but I've never been to a proper Halloween party.
I feel like, do you know what? I've always wanted to go to either the Kiss FM Halloween, Haunted Halloween thing, which I feel like you should go. Or Maya Jama. She always does a massive Halloween party. Do you know Maya Jama?
Oh, does she? Yeah.
She does like a huge, it's like iconic Halloween party every year. So,
oh my God,
if you manage to get any invites, I'm your +1, okay?
Okay, let's go together. Absolutely.
If you did go to a Halloween party this year, what would you dress up as?
Girl, I already planned my costume like since last year.
Oh my gosh, I love the organisation. Can I know, or is it secret?
Oh yes, it's a Kill Bill. So it's
my
the
God.
bride.
Yeah, you're going to kill that. Pardon the pun. All right, what we're actually here to talk about. Lovesick, congratulations. How does it feel to be out there?
It felt like I just had a child.
Oh, everybody says that. It's like a baby to you.
It is. Yeah. It was just so special because I actually wrote the song with Lewis Thompson and Karen Paul in our first session together. And it was one of those sessions that it was so special that we were writing it and we were feeling like, oh my God, this is really good and really good. And then we kept like hyping up, and then it's now out into the world and people are really enjoying it and getting a lot of love. So I'm just feeling very grateful that everything is going on. I'm very proud of it, that it took a while to get here, but it's out.
And it's happening.
Happening.
Love that. And whilst it is an amazing song, I need the gossip. Is it about anyone in particular? Who is it about? Who can you not get off your mind?
Listen, I can hold a grudge. Oh. This is something that I can do.
Oh my gosh.
So when I moved here from Brazil, this is an awful story because it just shows people how deranged I am. Okay. But I moved there from Brazil at 18 and I was in a long-term relationship. So I had been for 3 years with my boyfriend, and I was going to move here, and we were like, okay, let's try long distance. His idea, by the way.
Okay.
And he, one day, 3 months in, he broke up with me by text.
No. Text.
The audacity.
I'm scared for him. I don't know if I want to know the rest of the story.
Yeah. And then it gets worse because I realized that, that's one of the realizations that you have when you move out of the country. You realize that life doesn't stop. Mm-hmm. So you think that people back home are still going to be the same, or everything is going to be, but everyone is changing at the same time that I was changing a lot, being in a different place. Everything over there was changing. And then I think it just dawned on me like, oh wow, I really miss home, and I'm feeling lonely now because the person that I had the closest ties with from back home is now gone. And when you lose a partner and like who's your best friend as well, you just kind of feel like, what do I do now? And I was having like a really rough week already because I went to audition for uni, and then I forgot the lyrics in the middle of the song, and then I started crying because I didn't know music theory. It was great. And then I got really sick, and on top of that, the breakup, I started crying a lot. I got dehydrated and I fainted, and I was taken to hospital in an ambulance and everything. Yeah, because I was out cold and I had to go to the hospital. How ridiculous is that?
That's
not embarrassing.
Oh my gosh, too much, too funny. Oh, but you're okay now though, right? This was
Could you
time ago.
imagine? No.
Still suffering.
I'm still suffering. No, I'm okay now. I'm
Good.
I'm much happier and
Oh, I'm
stable.
so sorry to make you relive that time. I probably shouldn't have asked that question with hindsight.
It's like therapy. It's
But
fine.
yeah, good. Free therapy session. What more could you want? So you're over it now. You've
Exactly.
healed. So what advice would you give to somebody that was feeling a little lovesick right now?
So actually, my best friend, she and her girlfriend just broke up,
Okay.
and she's really feeling lovesick. And I think my advice is probably know that it will be okay. Like right now, because you're too close to it, it feels like it's the end of the world, and you did lose someone. Like you don't have that person in your life anymore. But it's just thinking that everything happens for a reason. And if they're not there, then it wasn't meant to be. Or it's not even that it wasn't meant to be, it was meant to be for that part of your life. But if you're not together anymore, then, you can't see it right now, but it will be for a better reason. I think just hold on and see the bright side of things for a minute, even though it gets hard, and just realize that you don't need another half because you're a whole yourself.
Oh, gosh. If you ever decide that singing's not for you, you could be a motivational speaker or a therapist. Your words, you're moving me. You're moving me right now. Also, maybe your friend shouldn't listen to your song right now if she's feeling lovesick.
No.
Might not be the best to listen to. Right, okay. Before I let you go, I've got a little game that I would like to play with you. In honour of your song, it is called Lovesick or Sick of Love. Okay.
Wow.
So,
Love that.
basically, I have been asking the listeners this week to send in their biggest or funniest icks. So the things that just turn them off instantly. I have put them into little scenarios for you. What you have to do is tell me, if this scenario happened to you, would you, A, not care and you'd still pine after them and be lovesick for them? Or B, would you be like, gross, absolutely not, sick of love, get away from me, okay?
Okay.
Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay, and I'm going to set the scene for you as well. So,
Thank
scenario 1, you are completely, entirely obsessed with your dream person, heart flutters when you see them. Then you see them out in public and they are picking their nose. Lovesick or sick of love?
God. I mean, how bad is the nose picking?
It's bad, but it's in public. There are a lot of people around.
A lot of people around and
People
just
are
like
watching.
fully.
Yeah, just up there.
That's an ick.
That's an ick, isn't it?
Love.
Sick of love. Sorry, you gotta go. Maybe in the privacy of your own home, maybe, but not in public.
Not in public.
Okay, scenario 2. So you're really interested in somebody. You kind of spoken to them a little bit. You're completely infatuated. You bump into them when you're out shopping with your mum. They flirt with your mum more than they flirt with you.
Oh my God!
Sick of love.
Oh, that is, I don't know, jail? Is that an option? Sick of love.
Jail, send them to jail.
Out of here.
What if they're just trying to what if it's harmless, flirty banter, just trying to impress you by getting your mum on side?
Oh no.
Still no.
No, not my mommy, no.
Out of here. See you later, mate. Okay, third one. You're on a date with somebody you are obsessed with. Again, your temperature rises when you're around them.
Okay.
Can't get enough. Then they start talking to you in a baby voice. Lovesick or sick of love?
See, I think that's sick of love and therapy, because you should offer some. I mean, but, okay, wait. What's the level of the baby voice? Because, sometimes it's like cute, but if it takes it too far, I don't know.
Let's say, well, you've already been sick of 2 hypothetical partners. So let's say it's just more cutesy. It's not really out there baby voice. Nobody else can hear it in the restaurant.
Okay, yeah. Then I'm lovesick, because that's cute.
Okay, you can get over it. You can. Okay.
I just want to be petite. Okay.
Okay, 4. We've got 2 left. So scenario 4. Let's stay on the date in the restaurant. So baby voice, you're over the baby voice. That's not a problem. We can move past that. Food comes out. They start eating with their mouth open, chewing really loudly. Lovesick, sick of love?
I'll take a love.
Sick of love. You gotta go.
Oh, you gotta go.
They nearly ruined it in the baby voice, but eat your mouth open. You've done it now. Go. Okay, fifth one. Are you ready?
Yeah.
You've got to think seriously about this one.
Okay.
And I hope to not offend you. You are with a group of friends.
Mm-hmm.
One of them you are so lovesick over. Oh, gosh, they make you really excited. Your song comes on. Everybody's singing your song loud and proud, but your crush is getting all the words wrong. Lovesick or sick of love?
You know what? Lovesick. Lovesick
They
for
tried,
the attempt.
right? Yeah.
They tried, exactly.
They tried. At least they knew the tune of the song, maybe not the lyrics.
Exactly. If they're vibing, that's all that matters.
There we go. Well, Nonô, you have been absolutely amazing. Thank you so much for joining me. Before we leave, just tell everybody, what can we expect to see from you next?
Well, I've got a show coming up. If you're in London, it's going to be a Camden Assembly. I'm going to be supporting ARCO on the 26th of October.
Oh, nice.
I'm very excited about that. I'm also going to be releasing a couple more songs this year. But yeah, just get ready to be more sick of love sick, because I'm here to stay, baby.